Hi guys, it's Christina from Blossom and Root. Today I would like to show you how I am doing geography with my first grader and my preschooler. When I was thinking about the way I wanted to approach geography in the elementary years, one of the biggest things I was concerned with was moving too quickly through the different continents of the world. I feel like when I was in elementary school, we rushed through all 7 continents in a couple of weeks, and I never really got to understand the differences in both the geology and the animals and the plants and everything on that continent, but also the culture of the people on the continent. I never got a really good picture of everything that continent had going on that was unique about it. So I made the decision that we would spend a full semester on each of the 7 continents. Maybe not Antarctica is for a full semester, but on the other 6 continents we would spend a full semester and really take our time getting to know those places and the people and the unique landscape of each of the continents. But we wanted to do it in a really casual way too. So I came up with a plan that made it easy for me to present a rich feast for my kids for each of the continents that was age appropriate, didn't require a lot of my time as far as planning and shopping for things and doing really complicated, complex activities. We already have a pretty full homeschool schedule as it is, and I didn't want to add more to my load that would be stressing me out or stressing my kids out. I wanted us to really just enjoy that journey through that continent during the full semester. So we decided to start with Africa this year, and we have about 2 months left of our Africa unit, and we are really enjoying ourselves. The first element that was the most important for me when I was deciding what to use to teach Africa was a really good variety of books. As many of you guys know that read our blog or have watched other videos, we're Charlotte Mason inspired, so we love to incorporate a lot of living books into our day. So the first step was to gather up a lot of really great books that I could read to my daughters throughout the whole semester. And we do our reading time for geography during our bedtime basket. We have a morning basket, and right now our morning basket is mostly the fairy tales that we're reading for Blossom and Root first grade. And then we have a bedtime basket, and our bedtime basket has readings for fun, other literature selections, our Brave Writer book that we're working through, our geography readings, and our history readings. So we actually cover a lot of academic material during our bedtime basket. It takes a good hour, but it's one of our favorite times of the whole day. So I needed to get a lot of good books to introduce Africa to my girls. I went to several places. I went to a lot of used bookstores, looked at a lot of books at libraries, reviewed things on Amazon, looked on thriftbooks.com, went to a teacher supply store, and I gathered up a really good stack of books to use throughout the full semester. So I'll just show you a few of the ones I picked out for Africa. I want to spend a little time talking about this first one because we spent probably a month just reading this one book, which is called Africa is Not a Country. And this is a fantastic book if you're studying Africa. It talks about lots of the different countries in Africa and the people that live there and how very different all of these places are. And it's been a wonderful introduction to Africa for my daughters. So we used this book for about the first month. And then we just finished Anna Hibiscus, which it didn't take very long to read it, I think 3 or 4 nights. But it's so sweet and such a wonderful little story and a great look into the life of one little girl that lives in Africa. We also read The Adventures of Spider, which are West African folk tales similar to the Anansi stories that you're probably familiar with. In fact, that is who they are about. But these are really fun. They're short and sweet. This was a great selection. And the rest of these we have not gotten to yet. So these will be our books for the next 2 months, but I'll just hold them up for you. So we've got this one. I'm really excited about this one. I might make a book seat issue for this one in the future. And then the last two books I wanted to show you are both books about the Swahili language. We spent the first month or two going through this book page by page every night until we learned how to count to 10 in Swahili from memory, which was really important to me. That's another element that I wanted to tie into all of our geography studies, was choosing one language from that continent and immersing ourselves a little bit in it, learning some counting and phrases and words for things so that we can tie the language to the cultures of that continent as well. So this was fabulous, and my daughters really enjoyed learning how to count to 10 in Swahili. And then we got the follow-up book, which we just started working through. Jambo means hello, and this one has lots of fabulous words in Swahili for them to learn. Like the word for welcome, and the word for ambush. And the pictures are gorgeous, and it's just been really fun to add that element into our geography studies as well. The next element is map work. So I have a map. This is actually a placemat I found at the teacher supply store, but it's laminated, it's sturdy. I hang it on our wall by our bed, by the girls' bed, and every night we pull it down off the wall. And what we've been doing is every night we learn one more country. And we do that about 3 nights a week. And then we just review all the countries we know every couple of nights and make it really fun, like who can remember the most. So we're probably about 3/4 of the way through the map right now. I anticipate by the end of the next 2 months we'll pretty much have all of them down, which I never learned to do in school. So it's been really fun for me. I think it's important for them to understand that Africa is a widely diverse continent, and there are so many different people and countries and cultures, and it really helps to actually connect it to the map itself. And then kind of in that same light, I got this Africa puzzle for them to do, which just helps them to review the countries that we've learned. And I got it on Amazon. It was pretty cheap, so that's awesome. And then the final thing is that every now and again we'll throw in a video, listen to some African music, or make a recipe. But I don't stress about that. I don't plan way ahead or anything like that. I just pick a day and say, hey, let's spend some time today exploring African culture some more, and we can make this and make that and listen to some music and watch a movie. So that's what we're doing for homeschool geography right now, and it's really casual. I mostly just go through the books every night during our bedtime basket, and we do map work pretty frequently, most nights of the week, and just throw in extras when we have time, and I don't stress about it. And it's been really delightful to explore the continent of Africa that way. I think we're going to do Asia next semester. So that's how I teach homeschool geography for my first grader and my pre-kindergartner right now, and it's been great. If you would like to share in the comments resources that you're using to teach geography to your younger elementary students, that would be awesome, so that other parents who are watching this can maybe get some more ideas for what to do with their kids. And I'm always happy to connect with all of you over your fantastic homeschools that you're running. Have a great day. Bye for now.